My beloved soul, stop everything for a moment, because what you are about to hear is not ordinary, and it is not something you stumbled upon by chance. There is a divine countdown already in motion, and heaven has marked a specific moment, 12:00 sharp. Not a second before, not a second after. At that exact time, something is being released from the spiritual realm into your life, and it is meant to be placed directly into your hands. Yes, your hands. This is not symbolic alone. It carries weight, purpose, and power. And Archangel Michael stands as a witness and protector over this very moment. You may feel a strange pull right now, a sense that something bigger is unfolding behind the scenes. That feeling is real. It is not your imagination. It is the echo of a divine appointment that was written long before today. Archangel Michael is speaking clearly. This moment is reserved for the chosen. And if you are hearing this message, it is because your name has been called among them. There is no accident in divine timing. There is no mistake in spiritual selection. But listen carefully, because this is where it becomes urgent. Many are called, but not all pay attention. Many are chosen, but not all respond. And what happens at 12:00 sharp will require your awareness, your readiness, and your obedience. If you ignore this moment, if you brush it off as just another passing thought or coincidence, you may miss what was meant to change everything for you. There is something heaven has been preparing to entrust you with. It could be an opportunity, a breakthrough, a connection, or even a sudden clarity that shifts your entire path. For some, it will come quietly. For others, it will arrive suddenly and unexpectedly. But one thing remains the same. It will be placed into your hands, meaning you will have the power to accept it or to let it slip away. Archangel Michael is not bringing this message lightly. There is a protective urgency in his voice, a divine seriousness that cannot be ignored. He has seen how close you've come, how much you've endured, how many times you were tested and pushed to your limits. And now, you are standing at the edge of something sacred. This is not just another day in your life. This is a turning point disguised as an ordinary moment in time. You might be wondering, why me? And the answer is deeper than you realize. Because you didn't give up when you could have. Because you kept believing even when things didn't make sense. Because something inside you refused to die, no matter how hard life pressed against you. That is why this moment is yours. But hear this clearly, timing is everything. When heaven sets a moment, it does not repeat it endlessly. There are windows that open and then they close. This is one of those windows. And 12:00 sharp is not just a time, it is a doorway. So prepare yourself. Stay alert. Guard your focus. Because what is coming is not small. It is not random. And it is not for everyone. It is for you. There is something you must understand at a deeper level. Something that may change the way you see your entire life up until this point. This moment you are approaching is not random. It is not luck. It is not coincidence. It is alignment, divine, intentional, and carefully orchestrated alignment. Every step you have taken, even the ones that felt like mistakes, has been leading you toward this exact point in time. You may remember moments when things didn't work out, when doors closed suddenly, when people walked away without explanation. At the time, it may have felt like loss, like confusion, even like failure. But what you could not see then was the hidden hand of God redirecting your path. What felt like rejection was often protection. What looked like delay was actually preparation. And now, as the clock moves closer to 12:00, those scattered pieces are beginning to form a clear picture. Archangel Michael is revealing something important. You were being positioned, not just physically but spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. There were lessons you needed to learn, strength you needed to build, and discernment you needed to develop. Without those experiences, you would not be able to recognize or properly handle what is about to be placed in your hands. Think about how much you've changed. The way you see people now is different. The way you respond to challenges is different. Even your silence carries more wisdom than your words once did. This transformation did not happen overnight. It was shaped through pain, and through persistence. And all of it was necessary to prepare you for this moment. There is also a reason why not everyone around you will understand what is happening. This is not a collective experience. It is a selective one. Archangel Michael makes it clear that this moment is for the chosen only. And being chosen does not mean being perfect. It means being willing. It means staying connected even when things feel uncertain. It means continuing forward even when you didn't have all the answers. You may have noticed signs along the way, small nudges, repeated patterns, moments of clarity that came out of nowhere. Perhaps you felt guided to make certain decisions without fully understanding why. Those were not random impulses. They were quiet instructions, guiding you step by step into alignment with this very moment. Now, as the appointed time approaches, there is a heightened sense of awareness. You may feel restless, or unusually focused, or even emotional without a clear reason. This is your spirit recognizing that something significant is near. It is like standing at the edge of a shift that has been building for a long time. But here is what you must hold on to. Alignment requires attention. Just because the moment has been prepared does not mean it will force itself upon you. You must be present. You must be aware. You must be willing to receive and act when the time comes. This is where many miss their moment. They are distracted, doubtful, or disconnected when the door opens. Archangel Michael stands as a guardian not only of your path but of your focus. He is urging you now to clear the noise, to quiet the distractions, and to center yourself. Because what is about to happen is precise. It will not shout loudly for your attention. It may come in a subtle form, a thought, a message, an opportunity, or a sudden knowing. But its impact will be undeniable if you recognize it. You have not come this far by accident. Every delay, every challenge, every moment of endurance has been guiding you here. And now, the alignment is complete. The stage is set. The timing is locked. All that remains is your response. Listen closely, because what is about to be revealed carries a depth that many will hear, but only a few will truly understand. When it is said that God is placing something in your hands at 12:00 sharp, it is not limited to something you can physically hold. It goes far beyond that. What is being given is layered. It carries spiritual authority, divine opportunity, and a responsibility that will shape what comes next in your life. For some, it will come as a sudden opportunity that feels almost too perfectly timed to ignore. For others, it may arrive as clarity, a powerful realization that removes confusion instantly and shows you exactly what you must do. And for a few, it will be something tangible, something you can see and touch, but even then, its true value will not be in its form, but in what it unlocks. Archangel Michael is making this clear. The gift is not always obvious to the natural eye. This is why many people miss it. They expect something loud, something dramatic, something that forces them to pay attention. But divine gifts often come quietly. They arrive in moments that seem ordinary on the surface but carry extraordinary meaning beneath. You must understand that what is being placed in your hands has been specifically prepared for you. It is not meant for someone else. It is not interchangeable. It carries your name in the spiritual realm. This is why comparison is dangerous right now. If you look at others, if you measure your moment against someone else's path, you may fail to recognize the uniqueness of what is being given to you. There is also a reason why not everyone will see the value of what you receive. Some may even question it. They may not understand why you are drawn to it, why it feels significant to you. But that is because they were not part of the preparation. They did not walk through what you walked through. They did not endure what you endure. And so, they cannot see what you see. This is where discernment becomes critical. What is being placed in your hands must be handled with care. If you dismiss it, you delay what it was meant to activate. If you mishandle it, you complicate what was meant to flow smoothly. And if you ignore it completely, you risk missing a turning point that may not come again in the same way. Archangel Michael warns that hesitation is one of the greatest dangers in moments like this. Not thoughtful reflection, but fear-driven hesitation. The kind that makes you second-guess yourself. The kind that whispers, maybe this isn't for you, or what if you're wrong? That voice is not aligned with the divine message. Because when God places something in your hands, it is not given to confuse you. It is given to move you. You may feel a sudden urge to act, to respond, or to step into something that feels unfamiliar. That feeling is not random. It is the activation of the gift itself. And the moment you honor it, the moment you move in alignment with it, you will begin to see why everything had to happen the way it did. But here is the truth that cannot be softened. This is a test as much as it is a blessing. Not a test meant to harm you, but one that reveals your readiness. Will you recognize what is being given? Will you trust the timing? Will you act when the moment arrives? Because at 12:00 sharp, it will not wait for you to feel completely ready. It will simply arrive. And in that moment, your response will determine everything that follows. Type "I receive what is meant for me" in the comments if this message is speaking directly to your spirit. Blessing code 531 has just been released over your life. Let it seal your awareness and sharpen your discernment. And as this truth settles into your heart, hear this as more than a message. Hear it as an invitation to step into divine partnership. When you sow into the work that spreads these messages, you are not just giving. You are becoming a vessel through which others receive their moment. The word says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." This is not distant scripture. It is God speaking directly into your now. If you feel that stirring within you, that quiet nudge saying, "I want to be part of this," then do not ignore it. Act on it. The links are placed before you, ready and waiting, and even a small seed can unlock a great harvest. Those who give in alignment with this moment will find that doors open in ways they did not expect. So step forward in faith and release what is in your hand, just as God is placing something into yours. There is a reason the message keeps returning to one exact detail, 12:00 sharp. This is not just a time on a clock. It is a spiritual marker, a divine intersection where what has been prepared in the unseen begins to cross into your visible reality. You must not treat it casually, because heaven does not emphasize precision without purpose. In the spiritual realm, timing is never random. There are moments when doors are closed, moments when they begin to open, and moments when they are fully accessible. What Archangel Michael is revealing to you is that 12:00 is not just symbolic. It is a gateway moment, a point of transition, a shift between what was and what is about to be. Throughout history, transitions like this have always carried power. Think about the way a day changes at midnight, or how the sun reaches its highest point at noon. These are not just natural occurrences. They reflect deeper spiritual truths. They represent completion and beginning happening at the same time. One chapter closing, another one opening. And right now, you are standing at one of those thresholds. Archangel Michael is emphasizing that this moment requires exactness, not because God is rigid, but because alignment demands precision. When everything has been prepared to meet at one point, even a small delay in awareness can cause you to miss the fullness of what is being released. This is why you are being called to be alert, to be present, and to be spiritually awake. You may be wondering how something so specific can carry such weight. But consider this. Have you ever missed an opportunity by just a few minutes? Have you ever arrived too late to something that could have changed everything? Timing has always mattered, even in the natural world. How much more, then, does it matter when it comes to something divinely orchestrated? This is why distractions are dangerous right now. Not all distractions are obvious. Some come in the form of overthinking. Others come as emotional noise, doubt, or even unnecessary conversations that pull your focus away. Archangel Michael is warning you to guard your attention, because the enemy of alignment is distraction. At 12:00 sharp, the moment will not announce itself loudly. It will not force your recognition. It will simply present itself. And only those who are attentive will recognize it for what it is. This is why spiritual awareness is being heightened in you right now. You are being prepared not just to receive, but to notice. There is also something deeper happening beneath the surface. This moment is not just about receiving something. It is about stepping into a new level of responsibility. When something is placed in your hands, it means you now have the authority to act with it. You are no longer waiting. You are no longer asking. You are now holding. And that shift, from waiting to holding, is one of the most powerful transitions a person can experience. Archangel Michael stands at this threshold with you, not just as a messenger, but as a protector of the moment itself. He is ensuring that what has been prepared reaches you without interference. But he will not override your awareness. He will not force your response. That part belongs to you. This is why the message carries urgency, not fear, but focus. You are not being pressured. You are being awakened. There is a difference. Pressure confuses, but awakening clarifies. And right now, clarity is being offered to you in a way that cannot be ignored unless you choose to ignore it. As the moment approaches, you may feel a stillness settle over you, or a sudden awareness that something is about to happen. Do not dismiss that feeling. Do not brush it aside. That is your spirit aligning with the timing that have been set. Because when 12:00 arrives, it will not feel like an ordinary second passing on a clock. It will feel like a shift. A quiet but undeniable shift where something moves from possibility into reality. And in that exact moment, you will understand why everything had to be timed this way. Before anything is placed into your hands, there is always something that must be proven within you. This is the part many people misunderstand. They focus only on the blessing, the reward, the breakthrough, but they overlook the process that makes them ready to receive it. What you have been going through was never meaningless. It was a test. Not a test designed to break you, but one designed to reveal you. Think back to the moments when you felt stretched beyond your limits. The times when you had to keep going even when there was no clear sign that things would improve. The seasons where silence replaced answers, and patience became your only option. Those were not empty seasons. They were defining ones. They were shaping your character, strengthening your spirit, and preparing your hands to hold something greater. Archangel Michael had been watching over those moments more closely than you realize. Every time you chose not to give up, even when it felt easier to walk away, something within you was being refined. Every time you remained faithful in confusion, something was being built inside you that could not be shaken. These were not small victories. They were qualifications. You see, not everything can be given to everyone at any time. Some things require readiness. And readiness is not about perfection. It is about endurance. It is about proving that you can carry what you are asking for. Because what is coming into your hands at 12:00 sharp is not just a gift. It is a responsibility. It carries weight. It carries purpose. And without the preparation you have gone through, it could have overwhelmed you instead of elevating you. There were moments when you questioned why things were taking so long. You may have even wondered if you were being overlooked or forgotten. But what you could not see was that the delay was not denial. It was development. God was not withholding from you. He was working within you. And that internal work was necessary before anything external could be trusted to you. Archangel Michael is revealing something important now. Many people walk away right before their moment arrives. They grow tired, discouraged, or distracted, and they step back just as everything is about to align. This is why your endurance mattered so much. Because you did not step away. You are still here. You are still listening. And that alone sets you apart. But even now, as the moment draws near, there is one final layer to this test. It is subtle, but it is powerful. It is the test of attention. Will you remain focused, or will you allow distractions to pull you away? Will you trust what you feel, or will you let doubt take over at the last moment? These questions may not seem significant, but they carry weight in a moment that requires clarity. You may feel a mixture of emotions right now: anticipation, uncertainty, even a slight hesitation. That is natural. Whenever you are about to step into something new, there is a part of you that recognizes the shift before it fully happens. But do not let that hesitation control you. Let it sharpen your awareness instead. Archangel Michael stands beside you, not to remove the test, but to strengthen you through it. His presence is a reminder that you are not alone in this moment. You are being guided, protected, and supported as you approach something that has been prepared with precision. Understand this clearly: the test was never about proving something to God. He already knows you. It was about revealing something to you, showing you your own strength, your own resilience, your own capacity to hold what is coming. And now, as the clock continues to move forward, you are no longer in preparation. You are at the edge of fulfillment. Everything you have endured has brought you here, and you are ready. There is a voice that will rise within you as the moment approaches, and you must learn to recognize it without hesitation. It will not sound like fear. It will not sound like confusion. It will come with a quiet certainty, a calm knowing that does not need to argue or prove itself. This is the voice you must not ignore. This is the voice that carries divine instruction. Too often, people expect God's direction to come in loud, unmistakable ways. They wait for something dramatic, something that removes all doubt instantly. But that is not how it always works. More often, the guidance you need comes as a gentle but firm impression. A thought that repeats itself. A feeling that settles deep within you and refuses to leave. That is how divine direction speaks. Archangel Michael is revealing that one of the greatest battles you will face in this moment is not external. It is internal. It is the battle between that quiet knowing and the louder noise of doubt. Doubt does not usually appear as something obvious. It disguises itself as logic, as caution, as overthinking. It asks questions that seem reasonable but are rooted in hesitation rather than truth. You may hear thoughts like, what if this isn't the right moment? Or what if I misunderstand what I'm feeling? Or even, maybe I should wait a little longer. These thoughts can seem wise, but in a moment that requires alignment, they can become obstacles. Because when the timing is exact, delay can mean distance from what was meant to be immediate. The voice you must follow will feel different. It will not pressure you, but it will be clear. It will not rush you into panic, but it will urge you into action. It will carry peace, even if what it asks you to do feels unfamiliar. That is how you will know it is aligned with the divine. Archangel Michael stands as a protector against confusion, but he also calls you to participate in your own clarity. This means you must quiet the noise around you. Step away from distractions. Limit the voices that pull your attention in too many directions. Because when too many opinions fill your mind, it becomes difficult to hear the one voice that truly matters. There is also something else you must be aware of. Sometimes the greatest distraction is not external noise, but internal fear. Fear of getting it wrong. Fear of stepping into something new. Fear of responsibility. These fears can be subtle, but they can weaken your response if you allow them to take control. But listen carefully, what is being placed in your hands is not meant to harm you. It is not meant to confuse you. It is meant to elevate you. And if it have been prepared for you, then you have already been prepared for it. You do not need to become someone else to receive it. You only need to trust what has already been built within you. There will be a moment, very close to 12:00, where everything feels still. Almost as if time slows down just enough for you to become aware. In that stillness, the voice will become clearer. Not louder but clear. And in that clarity, you will know what to do. Archangel Michael is urging you not to second-guess that moment. Do not hand it over to doubt. Do not delay it with unnecessary hesitation. Because the longer you question what is already clear, the easier it becomes to miss the fullness of what is being offered. You have been guided to this point with precision. You have been prepared through every experience you have lived. And now, you are being asked to trust, not blindly but confidently. Not out of pressure, but out of alignment. Because when the moment arrives, the difference between receiving and missing will not be determined by chance. It will be determined by whether you listened or ignored the voice within you. There is a truth that must be spoken with clarity, even if it feels uncomfortable to hear. Not every missed moment is restored in the same way. Not every opportunity returns unchanged. And this is why the urgency of what stands before you cannot be softened or ignored. Because what is approaching at 12:00 sharp is not just another chance. It is a precise alignment that may not come again in the same form. Many people believe that if something is meant for them, it will simply wait. They assume that destiny will adjust itself around their hesitation, their distractions, or their doubt. But that is not how divine timing works. There are windows that open, and there are windows that close. And when a moment has been specifically prepared, it carries a timing that must be honored. Archangel Michael is not speaking this to create fear, but to awaken awareness. There is a difference between living in peace and living without attention. Peace keeps you grounded, but lack of attention causes you to drift. And drifting in a moment that requires focus can lead to missing something that was placed directly within your reach. If this moment is ignored, it does not mean your entire path is lost. But it does mean delay. It means repetition. It means cycles that could have ended now may continue longer than necessary. What could have been a breakthrough becomes a lesson repeated. What could have been clarity becomes confusion extended. Think about the times in your life when you felt you almost had something. When you were close to a shift, close to a change, but something held you back. Perhaps it was hesitation. Perhaps it was distraction. Perhaps it was doubt. And afterward, you felt it. You felt that something had passed you by. That quiet realization that you were right there, but you didn't step forward. This moment carries the potential to either break that pattern or repeat it. Archangel Michael is revealing that one of the greatest strategies that works against people in moments like this is subtle distraction. Not something obvious or dramatic, but something small enough to see you harmless. A shift in focus, a delay in action, a decision to come back to it later. These small choices may not seem significant, but in a moment that is precisely timed, they can create distance between you and what was meant to be immediate. There is also the weight of doubt. Doubt can cause you to question what you already feel. It can make you hesitate when you should move. It can make you step back when you should step forward. And in doing so, it can cause you to miss the exact timing of what is being offered. But here is what must be understood clearly. This is not about perfection. You are not expected to respond flawlessly. You are simply being asked to be present and willing. Because even a small step taken in alignment is more powerful than standing still in uncertainty. You may feel the intensity of this moment increasing as the time approaches. That intensity is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to awaken you. It is a signal that something significant is near, something that requires your attention, your focus, and your response. Archangel Michael stands as a guardian over this moment, but he will not override your choice. He will guide, he will protect, he will make the path clear, but he will not force your steps. Because what is being given must be received willingly. It must be accepted with awareness. This is why your role is so important. You are not just a passive observer in this moment. You are an active participant. What happens next is not only about what is given, but about how you respond to it. If you stay alert, if you remain focused, if you trust what you feel and act when the moment arrives, you will step into something that has been waiting for you. But if you allow distraction, doubt, or hesitation to take control, you may find yourself looking back at this moment, realizing how close you were. And that realization carries a weight that is far heavier than the moment itself. So stay ready. Because this is not just another passing moment. It is a turning point. There is a moment when everything shifts, and it does not always come with noise or announcement. It comes quietly, yet powerfully, like a door opening in a place you did not even realize was locked. This is what happens when alignment meets obedience. This is what happens when you respond at the exact moment you are called. The shift is instant, but its impact is lasting. At 12:00 sharp, when what has been prepared is placed into your hands, something within you will change. It may not be visible to others immediately, but you will feel it. A clarity will settle over you that was not there before. Confusion that once lingered will begin to dissolve. Questions that once circled your mind will suddenly feel answered without explanation. This is the power of divine alignment. It does not always explain itself, but it reveals itself through transformation. Archangel Michael is showing that when you act in that moment, when you choose to receive and move instead of hesitate, you activate something greater than the moment itself. You activate flow. Doors that once felt closed will begin to open. Paths that seemed blocked will begin to clear. Even things that felt heavy will begin to lift in ways that feel almost unexplainable. There are those who have experienced this kind of shift before. Moments where everything seemed to change in an instant. One decision, one response, one act of trust, and suddenly, everything began to move differently, What once required effort began to flow naturally. What once caused stress began to feel guided. That is the kind of shift that is being spoken over you now. But understand this. This transformation does not come from the moment alone. It comes from your response to the moment. Two people can stand at the same doorway, and only one will walk through. The difference is not in the opportunity, it is in the action. Archangel Michael emphasizes that this is why obedience matters. Not blind obedience, but aligned action. Acting in agreement with what you feel, what you know, and what has been placed before you. When you do this, you are not just receiving, you are stepping into partnership with the divine. You may notice that things begin to accelerate after this moment. Situations that once moved slowly may suddenly gain momentum. Connections may appear unexpectedly. Ideas may come with unusual clarity. This is not coincidence. It is the result of stepping into alignment at the right time. There is also a sense of peace that follows true alignment. Not the absence of challenges, but a deeper assurance that you are moving in the right direction. Even when things are unfamiliar, there will be a calm within you that confirms you are where you need to be. Archangel Michael stands as a witness to this shift, ensuring that what has been activated continues to unfold as it should. His presence does not end at the moment. It continues as you move forward, guiding and protecting what has been placed into your care. This is why the moment matters so much. Because it is not just about what you received, it is about what begins. It is about stepping into a new phase, a new level, a new understanding of what is possible for your life. And once that shift happens, you will not be the same. The way you see things will change. The way you respond will change. Even the way you carry yourself will begin to reflect what has been activated within you. Type "I step into my shift" in the comments if you feel this transformation awakening inside you. Lesson code 842 has now been released, sealing this moment of activation over your life. And as this shift begins to move through you, understand this truth: it was never meant to stop with you. What is activated in your life becomes a light for others who are still waiting in their moment of darkness. The word declares, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." This is not just a verse. It is a calling being spoken over you right now. And if your spirit is stirring, if something inside you is saying, "I want to help carry this light further," then do not hold back. This is your moment to sow into something eternal. The links are already placed before you, and every seed released becomes part of a greater harvest of transformed lives. Step into that flow. Release your seed through the path provided, and watch how heaven responds. There is a reason why not everyone will understand what you are experiencing right now. There is a reason why this message may feel clear and powerful to you, yet confusing or even meaningless to someone else. It is not because they are less than you, and it is not because you are better than them. It is because this moment is selective. It is designed for those who are spiritually positioned to receive it. Archangel Michael is revealing that being chosen is not about status. It is about sensitivity. It is about your ability to recognize what others overlook. It is about being aware when others are distracted. It is about feeling the weight of a moment that others pass by without a second thought. You may have noticed this difference throughout your life. Times when you felt something deeply, while others seemed unaffected. Moments when you sensed that something important was happening, even when everything looked normal on the surface. That sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a gift. It is part of what allows you to recognize divine timing when it appears. There are people who will hear about moments like this and dismiss them immediately. They will explain them away with logic, reduce them to coincidence, or ignore them altogether. And that is their choice. But your experience is different. You feel something stirring within you because you are connected to something beyond what can be easily explained. Archangel Michael calls this spiritual awareness. It is the ability to sense alignment, to recognize when something carries deeper meaning, and to respond accordingly. And this awareness is what separates those who step into their moment from those who miss it. Being chosen also means being trusted. Trusted to recognize, trusted to respond, and trusted to carry what is given. This is why your journey has been different. This is why you have gone through certain experiences that others may not understand. You were not just living, you were being prepared. There may have been times when you felt out of place, like you did not fully belong in certain environments or conversations. Times when you saw things differently, when your perspective did not match the people around you. That was not isolation, it was alignment. You were being positioned to see what others could not see. And now, that positioning is becoming clear. Because in a moment like this, where timing is precise and meaning is layered, not everyone will recognize what is happening. Some will overlook it. Some will ignore it. Some will not even notice it. But you will. Because something within you is awake. Archangel Michael is affirming this truth. You are not imagining this. You are not overthinking this. You are recognizing something real. And that recognition is the first step in receiving what is being placed in your hands. There's also a responsibility that comes with this awareness. When you see what others do not see, you are given a choice. You can either honor that awareness and act on it, or you can ignore it and blend back into distraction. But once you have seen something clearly, ignoring it becomes a conscious decision. This is why this moment matters so deeply. Because it is not just about receiving, it is about stepping into who you are meant to be. Someone who recognizes, someone who responds, someone who moves when the time is right. You are not here by accident. You are not hearing this by coincidence. You are here because something within you is ready. Ready to see, ready to receive, and ready to act. And even if others do not understand, even if they question or doubt what you are experiencing, that does not change what is real. Their lack of recognition does not diminish your awareness. Because this moment was never meant for everyone. It was meant for those who are ready to see it. And you are one of them. Before something can be placed into your hands, there is one final preparation that must take place, and it is not external. It is internal. Your hands represent more than your ability to receive. They represent your readiness to hold, to protect, and to move forward with what is given. And right now, you are being called to prepare them in a way that goes deeper than anything physical. You cannot hold something new if your hands are still tightly gripping what was meant to be released. This is where many struggle. They desire what is coming, but they are still attached to what must be left behind. Old fears, past disappointments, lingering doubts, these things may not be visible, but they take up space. And what is about to be placed in your hands requires that space to be clear. Archangel Michael is urging you to take a moment of honest reflection. What are you still holding on to that no longer serves you? Is it the memory of something that did not work out? Is it a fear that was formed in a moment of failure? Is it a belief that tells you to expect less, just to avoid being disappointed again? These things may feel familiar, but they are not meant to come with you into this next phase. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It does not mean denying what you have experienced. It means releasing its hold over your present. It means choosing not to let your past define your readiness. Because what is being given to you now is not based on what went wrong before. It is based on what has been prepared for you moving forward. There is also a shift in mindset that must take place. You must move from questioning whether you are worthy to understanding that you have been chosen. Worthiness is not something you earn at the last moment. It is something that has already been established through your journey. You would not be at this point if you were not ready to receive. Archangel Michael is reminding you that your role now is not to doubt, but to align. To stand in a position of readiness, not resistance. To allow yourself to receive without immediately questioning or diminishing what is being given. Because sometimes the greatest obstacle is not the absence of opportunity, but the inability to accept it fully. You may feel a quiet shift happening within you even now. A sense of release. A sense of openness. That is the preparation taking place. It may not be dramatic, but it is powerful. Because as you release what you no longer need, you create space for what is about to arrive. There is also a posture that comes with readiness. It is not passive, but it is not forced either. It is a calm awareness, a steady expectation, a willingness to receive and act without hesitation. This is the state that allows you to recognize the moment when it comes. Archangel Michael stands with you in this preparation, not as someone distant, but as a presence guiding you through this final alignment. He is helping you clear what needs to be cleared, strengthen what needs to be strengthened, and focus where your attention must be placed. Because when 1200 arrives, there will be no time to sort through what should have been released. The moment will come as it is, and your readiness will determine how you receive it. This is why this preparation matters so much. It is not about perfection. It is about positioning. Positioning yourself to receive without resistance. Positioning yourself to act without hesitation. Positioning yourself to hold what is being given without letting it slip away. Take this seriously, but do not let it overwhelm you. This is not a burden. It is a final alignment. A quiet, powerful preparation that ensures you are ready for what is already on its way. Because your hands are not empty by accident. They are being prepared to hold something that will change what comes next. There is something many people fail to understand about moments like this. Receiving is only the beginning. What truly defines the impact of a blessing is not just how it enters your life, but how you hold it after it arrives. And this is where faith becomes more important than ever before. At 1200 sharp, when something is placed into your hands, there will be a shift. You will recognize it. You will feel it. But what happens after that moment will depend on your ability to trust what you have received, even when everything around you is not yet caught up to it. Faith is not just about believing before something happens. It is also about trusting after it has begun. There will be moments when what you receive may not fully make sense right away. It may feel bigger than you expected. It may stretch you in ways you did not anticipate. And in those moments, your faith will be what stabilizes you. Archangel Michael is revealing that sustaining a blessing often requires more strength than receiving it. Because once something is in your hands, you are now responsible for what you do with it. You are responsible for nurturing it, protecting it, and allowing it to grow into what it was meant to become. There may be voices around you that do not understand what you have received. Some may question it. Others may doubt it. And some may even unintentionally discourage you by projecting their own limitations onto your situation. This is where your inner conviction must remain strong. Because what was given to you was not meant to be validated by others, it was meant to be recognized by you. You must also be aware that challenges do not disappear simply because a blessing has arrived. In fact, sometimes new challenges appear because you are stepping into something greater. But these challenges are not meant to stop you. They are meant to strengthen your ability to carry what you have received. Archangel Michael stands as a protector not only of the moment, but of what follows it. His presence continues as you move forward, helping you navigate uncertainty, guarding you against confusion, and reminding you of the truth when doubt tries to return. There will be moments when you are tempted to question whether you truly received what you thought you did. Moments when progress feels slow, or when results are not immediately visible. In those moments, remember this: what is placed in your hands at a divine moment carries a process within it. It unfolds over time. It develops as you move with it. This is why patience must work alongside faith. Not passive waiting, but active trust. Continuing to move, continuing to believe, continuing to align your actions with what you have received, even when the full picture is not yet visible. You must also guard against the urge to minimize what hath been given. Sometimes people receive something significant, but because it does not match their expectations, they treat it as small. They delay action. They overlook its value. And in doing so, they slow down what was meant to grow. Do not make that mistake. What is placed in your hands has been prepared with intention. Its value may not always be obvious at first, but it carries potential that will reveal itself as you engage with it. Archangel Michael is reminding you that faith is not just a feeling, it is a decision. A decision to trust what has been placed in your hands. A decision to move forward with confidence, even when certainty is not complete. A decision to hold on to what you have received, rather than letting doubt take it away. You have come too far to question your readiness now. You have endured too much to step back at this stage. And you have been guided too precisely to doubt the moment that is unfolding. So as you step beyond 1200, as you move forward with what has been given, remember this: it is not just about receiving the blessing. It is about becoming the person who can carry it forward without letting it go. My beloved, the moment has arrived, and if you have stayed aware, if you have remained open, if you have listened with your spirit and not just your ears, then you already feel it. Something has shifted. Something has been placed into your hands, just as it was spoken. It may not have come with noise or spectacle, but deep within you, there is a quiet knowing that something is now different. Take a breath and recognize this truth. You did not miss it. You are here, present, aligned, and aware. And because of that, what was meant for you has now reached you. This is not something you have to chase anymore. It is not something you have to question endlessly. It is now something you hold. And there is peace in that realization. Archangel Michael stands beside you in this moment, not with urgency now, but with assurance. The warning has passed, and the blessing has been released. His presence now brings calm, protection, and confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be. You may feel a sense of stillness settling over you, a quiet calm replacing the intensity that built up to this moment. That stillness is not emptiness, it is fulfillment. It is the space where trust begins to grow stronger than fear, where clarity replaces confusion, and where you begin to walk forward with a new sense of purpose. What you hold now may unfold slowly or quickly, but either way, it is already working. Even when you do not see immediate results, something has already been set into motion. Seeds have been planted. Doors have been unlocked. Paths have been opened. And as you move forward, you will begin to see evidence of what has already begun. There is no need to rush now. There is no need to force anything. What matters most is that you remain aligned with what you have received. Continue to listen. Continue to trust. Continue to act when you feel guided. Because the same voice that led you to this moment will continue to guide you beyond it. Archangel Michael reminds you that you are protected in this new phase. What has been given will not easily be taken from you when you remain aligned. You are not stepping into this alone. You are walking forward with divine support, with strength that has already been built within you, and with guidance that will not leave you. Let gratitude fill your heart now, not just for what you see, but for what is still unfolding. Gratitude strengthens what hath been given. It keeps your spirit open and your focus clear. It reminds you that this moment was not random, it was intentional, and it was meant for you. And if there is one thing you carry forward from this, let it be this: never ignore the moments when your spirit is awakened like this again. Because this is how divine timing speaks. This is how alignment feels. And now you know what it is like to recognize it and respond. You have received. You are aligned. And you are moving forward exactly as you were meant to. Type "I hold my blessing" with faith in the comments if you feel this peace settling into your spirit. Blessing code 909 has now been sealed over your life, confirming that what was given will remain and grow. And as you stand in this moment of fulfillment, hear this call as something sacred. What hath been placed in your hands is not just for you. It is part of a greater flow that reaches others who are still waiting for their moment. The Lord declares, "The generous soul will be made rich, and he who waters will also be watered himself." This is God speaking directly into your now, inviting you into a cycle of divine exchange. If you feel that fire within you, that voice saying, "I want to help carry this light forward," then act without hesitation. Sow into this mission through the super thanks or the PayPal link placed in the description. Even the smallest seed becomes a river in the hands of God. As you give, heaven will respond, doors will open, favor will increase, and what you hold will multiply beyond expectation. Step into this act of faith now. Release your seed, and watch how God moves.